You know that feeling when you walk into a casino? It's like you've stepped into a completely different universe where time just stops. Well, that feeling is not an accident. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the psychology of casino design and show you how every single detail is engineered to influence your behavior.
Let's kick things off with this really powerful idea from an anthropologist named Natasha Dow. She points out something fascinating. Those very machines we think are all about engagement, like slot machines, they can actually be tools for the exact opposite, for disengagement, a way to deliberately escape from yourself.
So, the big question is, how do they actually do that? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into how every single flashing light, every little chime, is all part of this grand strategy. A strategy to build an environment where you just keep playing, uninterrupted, sometimes for hours. Okay, let's get into it. All right, first thing you have to get your head around is this. Nothing, and I mean nothing, in a casino is random. Well, except for the games themselves, of course. It is an incredibly engineered world, all built for one very specific reason. And we're not just talking about making the place look nice. This design is deep-rooted in behavioral psychology. Every single choice, from the lights to the sounds, even the way the floor is laid out, it's all calculated to get rid of distractions and keep your focus on one thing and one thing only, playing the game. And this is where it gets really interesting, this contrast. On the one hand, you have what the player sees, right? This fun, exciting place, all about luck. But then, on the other hand, you have what the designer intends, and that's a whole different story. It's a space that is meticulously controlled, engineered from the ground up to keep you playing for as long as possible. Okay, so let's break this down. First up, how casinos basically hijack your senses. It's all about creating an environment that forces you to focus. I mean, just picture a classic casino in your head. You probably won't see any windows, no clocks anywhere. Why? To completely disconnect you from the outside world, from the feeling of time passing. The sounds, the lights, everything is managed to keep your energy up. It's a total sensory package, and its only job is to suck you right into the experience. So with that stage set, with this sensory bubble created, let's dig into one of the most powerful psychological tricks in the book, how casinos completely warp your perception of time. And look, this isn't just you feeling like you lost track of time. It is a documented scientific phenomenon. That constant symphony of sound you hear, the bells, the chimes, the whir of the machines, that's not just background noise. It's actively working to dismantle your internal clock. This is just brilliant. A key study really illustrates this point. Researchers found that when people were just hearing those ambient casino sounds, they way underestimated how long they've been playing. But get this, the moment they added some slow music in the background, people's time estimation got way more accurate. That music gave them a mental anchor, a cue for time. So what does that tell us? The entire soundscape is basically designed to fool you, to make you feel like you've only been playing for a little while. Without that anchor, an entire hour can just melt away and feel like, 10 minutes. And that makes it so much easier to say, what the heck, just one more game. Okay, so losing time is one thing, but it gets even crazier. This environment actually messes with the quality of your decisions, especially, and this is the important part, right after you lose.
Think about it. Normally, if you lose at something, you take a beat, right? You pause, you think about what happened. But the casino environment, with all its high energy, basically short circuits that entire rational process. And you can see that effect right here. In a normal setting, see that big slowdown after a loss? That's people taking a moment to think. But look at the casino environment group. That pause, it's almost gone. People just jump right back into the next bat way faster.
So what's really going on here? The environment is pushing you to be emotional, not rational. They even have a name for it, post-loss speeding. And that is exactly what the house wants. It wants a player who's just chasing that next potential win, making fast, sloppy decisions that, let's be honest, almost always favor the house. Okay, so let's recap. You've got sensory overload, you've got time getting all warped, and you're making faster, worse decisions. All of these pieces, they're building towards one ultimate goal. And this quote from Scholl just nails it. She talks about this suspended animation, this zone she calls the eye of a storm. It's not really about the high of winning or the low of losing. It's just about staying in the zone. You've probably felt this before.
Psychologists call it flow. It's when you're so deep into something, maybe it's a video game, maybe you're playing an instrument, or just reading a great book, that the rest of the world just disappears. Well, casinos, especially slot machines, are like master-level engineers of that exact feeling. I mean, think about a slot machine. It's the perfect machine for creating flow. The goal? Super simple. Match the symbols. The rules? Even simpler. Push a button. You get feedback instantly. Lights, sounds. You know right away if you won or lost. And the whole thing feels doable. It's not too hard, not too easy. Those four things are like a magnet pulling you into the zone and just holding you there.
And this is the whole point. This is how everything we've talked about, the no clocks, the constant sounds, the instant feedback, it all works together for this one single goal, to build and protect this little bubble of play, this machine zone, as Scholl calls it.
So if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that the casino's real edge isn't just the math behind the games, it's the psychological edge. The odds are stacked in their favor because they've built an entire world designed to make you forget about everything, the time, your money, and even where the exit is. Which leaves us with one last kind of spooky thought. When you're in that zone, totally lost in the game, you feel like you're in control, right? But in a world that is so carefully designed to control your time, your choices, your entire state of mind, you have to ask yourself, who is really pulling the lever?